People think chosen ones are all love and light. People think chosen ones are all love and light. They imagine soft hearts, endless patience, endless forgiveness, endless understanding. They think chosen ones walk around smiling through pain as if they were built to absorb every wound, every betrayal, every disappointment without ever feeling the weight of it. But people rarely talk about the other side. They do not understand the dark side of the chosen one's existence. Not darkness in the sense of evil, darkness in the sense of surviving storms that would have broken many people. Darkness in the sense of carrying pain silently. Darkness in the sense of standing alone in seasons where nobody understood your battles. Darkness in the sense of crying in private and still showing kindness in public. People see the healed smile, but do not see the words that created it. They see compassion, but they do not see the scars. They see calmness, but they do not see the chaos that had to be mastered. Because chosen ones learn very early that power without control becomes destruction. So they sheathe that side of themselves, not because they're weak, not because they're scared, not because they cannot defend themselves. They sheathe it because they understand what happens when years of pain, disappointment, betrayal, and silence finally erupt all at once. They understand what hell comes loose when a person who has been carrying mountains finally drops the weight. Because the strongest people are not often because the strongest people are often the ones who stay quiet the longest. The kindest people are often the ones fighting battles nobody sees. The most patient people are usually the ones who have already forgiven far more than they should have. And people make mistake. And people make a mistake. They confuse patience with weakness. They confuse kindness with permission. They confuse silence with inability until one day enough becomes enough. Until one day the person who kept understanding everyone decides they are tired, tired of carrying everyone else's burdens, tired of being the peacemaker, tired of being, tired of giving grace while receiving wounds, tired of watering gardens they never invited into, tired of pouring love into people who only knew how to take. Because sometimes good people become exhausted from being good for too long. Sometimes they have given and given and given until there is almost nothing left inside. Sometimes they looked around after sacrificing pieces of themselves and realized nobody asked whether they were okay. Nobody asked if they were hurting. Nobody asked if they were breaking because everybody loved their light, but nobody stayed for their darkness. So, yes, it is okay to be mad. Anger itself is not evil. Sometimes anger is a soul saying, I have carried enough. Sometimes anger is a heart saying, I deserve better. Sometimes anger is a spirit saying, my boundaries matter too. Being kind does not mean becoming a doormat. Being loving does not mean accepting disrespect. Being chosen does not mean existing only to suffer. There comes a moment where peace stops being silence and it starts becoming boundaries. And there comes a moment where good people stop shrinking themselves to make others comfortable. Because even the gentlest souls have limits. Even the strongest hearts get tired. Even the brightest lights refuse to burn endlessly for people who never appreciated the warmth. Enough is enough. And when their day arrives, do not call them cold. Do not call them changed. Do not call them difficult. Maybe they finally remembered they that they matter too. Maybe they finally remembered that they matter too.